what we're going to do is look at continuing with patterning and using a T-table and using a patterning rule like we've been doing this week. This time we're going to have two different attributes, okay? So here we have two different shapes. We have a triangle and we have a square. And this should be figure number 1. But what I'm going to do is build, figure number 2, and we're going to talk about and look at completing this T-table here. So if I look at figure number 1 and compare it to figure number 2, you can see that this pattern is growing. And if I go to figure number 2, which is this one, to figure number 3, which I'm building, you'll notice again the pattern is growing. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And so on. So you could probably figure out right away what's happening each time. And what's really important is, yeah, you want to redraw the rest out, maybe a couple more, go up to 5, maybe even 6, but 5's enough. So we have figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. What's really important is that we use our chart here, our T-table. Okay, so I didn't do figure 4 yet. I didn't draw figure 4 yet. I will once we get this going here. But in figure number 1, which is this one, how many squares are there? So if I look, I would simply say there's 1. How many triangles are there? There are 2. And once we complete this T-table, what you should see is a pattern, okay? So the second frame, the second figure number here has how many squares? There's 2 squares followed by 4 squares, okay? And when you see the third one, once you do the third one, you should solidify what your pattern is. And the third figure, we have 3 squares followed by how many triangles? There are 6, okay? Now, we didn't draw this out or fill it in, but we could probably figure it out. If I look at the figure number, will always go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's just the order it is. Number of squares, there's 1, then 2, then 3. So following this pattern, we know there's going to be 4 squares here. This pattern here is, it goes 2, 4, 6. Looks like it's counting by 2s. What we would say, we wouldn't say count by 2s. The wording we would use is start at 2 and add 2 each time. And that would be for the triangles. Okay, so actually what I probably should put is triangles, triangles start at 2 and add 2 each time. Squares start at 1 and add 1 each time. So what we're going to be looking at tomorrow is looking at 2 different shapes and making our T-table grow to 3 sections here. Okay, figure number, in this case it's number of squares, number of triangles. Tomorrow we'll have a variety of different shapes here that we'll be working on. Okay, so take some time, review. Again, we have our figure drawings, we have our T-table, and we always have our pattern rule, okay, that we're going to use. Those are the 3 elements for this unit that we really need to solidify and understand. Okay, so take some time, review this, maybe draw some various pictures on your own, complete a 3-way T-table such as this, and then we'll review this tomorrow. Have a great night.